Today I'm here to share with you my project pan update for the month of September. So if you want to see all my progress on my hashtag team project pan for 2019, then keep on watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video we are doing yet another project pan update. I am doing this as part of the hashtag team project pan, so if you want to see or binge watch any project pan videos, then you can click the hashtag that is just above the title of this video. I am aiming to use up in my project pan for this year 50 products and or $1,500 worth of products. So I'm getting really close, I think, to both of those goals. So at the moment it's kind of how much I can surpass those goals with the last 3 months of 2019. So without further ado, let's jump on into the progress. As per usual, I will start with the products that have been giving me trouble and I'll work all the way through to the products that I have used up, where you will see some glorious naked pan in the pan porn segment, and then I will let you know what products I'm going to roll in for the month of October. So starting off with, as per usual, a couple of products are still giving me grief. First is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Champagne and my Stila Magnificent Metal in Kitten Karma. I've used both of these a couple of times this month, but the Shadow Insurance you don't use very much of each time you use, and same with the Kitten Karma. I can see like through the packaging a little bit of a sign of movement, but it hasn't really dropped at all from the line. So maybe we are starting to finally see some progress. And I don't use the Kitten Karma all that much. I probably have used it maybe 2 or 3 times this month. I just find this color has been a little bit more difficult for me to rotate into my everyday routine, because I do feel like it comes off a little bit too like glittery and silvery for like my everyday makeup. So I have found it a little bit difficult to roll this one in, as opposed to the one that I used up earlier in the project. I think that was the color Grace. It was the shimmer and glow instead of the glitter. I found the shimmer a lot easier to rotate into my everyday work routine, and I could use it every single day. That one I think took me about 2 months to use up, but because this one seems to be a little bit more intense and I don't really use it all that much, I'm having a little bit of trouble to incorporate into my routine. 2 products that I have no idea where I'm up to is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel and my Bourjois Mascara. I don't wear mascara all that much, so I'm assuming that I haven't really made any progress on this one. My Clear Brow Gel, once again, it's starting to pull a lot less product out when I pull it out from the tube every time. So I think I'm making pretty good progress on this one, but I think it will still probably be, I'm gonna probably end up keeping it in the project until the end of the year, unless it dries out or there is absolutely no product left in there. But at the moment there's still a fair bit going in there. My Makeup Geek pigment, I don't even want to open this up because it goes everywhere every time I open it. I'm seeing some signs of progress. I feel like maybe I have used about half of it, maybe a little bit more. So I don't think I'm going to see this finish this year, but I am glad that I did include it, because I, 1, have enjoyed it when I wear it, and 2, I do feel like I am actually focusing on some of my pigments, because I have a huge collection of pigments. My Nude by Nature Liquid Mineral Concealer, I used about a quarter of this month, so I'm thinking maybe it might be probably 2 months on this one, which makes me quite upset because I don't enjoy this one all that much, but I'm going to persevere with it. I think because we're getting to the bottom of the tube, it's going to take a little bit longer than I expected. My 2 lip glosses, so I have my MAC Cream Sheen Glass in Japanese Spring. I feel like this is going to soon get to the point where I start seeing a drop in the product, but at the moment it's only a tiny little bit each time. But I think once I use up like the majority of the product that settles at the bottom, I'm going to really start seeing a lot of progress on that. I say that because that's kind of what happened with my Buxom full-on lip cream. I actually pulled the stopper out of this one just before sitting down to film this video, because it's gotten to the point where I can't really reach all the product that's at the bottom of this container. I think I'm going to get my spatula in there and scrape it out and kind of move the product up to the top of the packaging so it's easier for me to reach every time I use it. So I'm hoping maybe now that I've taken the stopper out, maybe next month it might be finished, because there's not much product left in it. So we'll see how we go with that one. Two products that I did make a fairly substantial amount of progress on this month. I have my NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. I have used, I think I ended up sharpening this once. I did start to forget to use this because it's so small that it was in the bottom of my box and I couldn't see it every day. So I'm going to maybe put this like right in front of my mirror or something, and that might encourage me to use it this month. But I think if I could wear this down, and maybe if I'm wearing it every day, I would say I probably only need to maybe sharpen it once or twice and it will be finished. Same with my Inika, I think this was the Black Caviar liner. I did it's gonna sound really weird, but I did a Halloween makeup practice this month for one of my things that I'm doing for my makeup course. So I burned through a lot of this pencil because it was just the closest thing to me that was black and it was easy to apply. So I like burned through a massive chunk of this. Probably not the most practical thing. I was doing like a skull on my face, so probably not the most practical thing to use, but it did help me use up a fair bit of this pencil. So hopefully maybe next month sometime this one will be done. This is the Avon Viva perfume by Fergie. I used up, I want to say maybe more than half of this month. So I think this one, based on progress this month and because the bottle is tapering down a bit, I think this one will definitely be finished by next month, which is really exciting. It's a little bit encouraging based on like the last perfume that I used, which took me forever to use up, to see a perfume that I'm going through quickly. It makes me a little bit happy. This one is the Benefit Dandelion blush sample that I rolled in last month. I did start to hit pan this month and I was getting a lot of the product like flake up in chunks, so I did repress it. I repressed it terribly, but I've hit pan again on this one. So same with my Benefit Hoola bronzer. I actually like ripped the packaging this month and pulled it out because it was starting to get really hard to pick up on my brush, but I did eventually decide to repress this one. So I have repressed it. Once again, I repressed it quite badly. I can already see the pan around the edge of the powder, but the center, I didn't really flatten it out all that evenly. So the center is quite high, but I'm glad that I'm finally seeing some progress on this product. I do sometimes feel like repressing a product does make me feel like I've made a lot of progress, because you do get to see the amount of pan that the product has dropped by. Instead of just like the hole in the middle, the product around the edge like drops by the amount of product that you've actually used up. So you do feel a bit accomplished when you see that you have like halved the amount of product in the pan overall. So I am feeling a little bit accomplished this month, and I do feel a bit more motivated to get through this product, and I'm really hoping that I can get this done by Christmas, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. We'll see how we go over the next month, see what kind of progress we can make on it. But fingers crossed I can at least have that one finished by the end of the year. This product, I feel like I have accomplished so much this month with this product. I have finally used up the half of the paint pot that I had left. So I think last month I had a little bit of the pan showing, and I aimed to make it to the other side of the pan, and then I was working on one half, and I have completely used up that half. So I only have a tiny little bit left of this paint pot, and you can probably see it in there, and I think that maybe that might only take me a month to use up. Fingers crossed, if I'm using this every single day, I think I may be able to get this one used up by next month. If not, it'll be like a tiny little bit into the following month. My hair product that I introduced a couple of months ago, this is my Juice Volume Boost Double Up. This is like a hair treatment as well as like a texturizer, and it adds body to your hair. I've been using this a bit, like every time I wash my hair I put some of this in after getting out of the shower, and then I let my hair either blow dry or air dry. I've used it a fair bit, but when I was checking all my products today it hasn't even like dropped, so this one I think is definitely going to take me a fair while to use up. Essence Brow Powder, this is an absolute mess, but once again I have made fairly decent amount of progress on this one here over the past month, and I'm just continuing to use it up. So can you believe it? That is all the progress that I have made on my products. The next products that you're about to see in the pan porn segment are all the products that I have used up this month, and I just looked at it and I am shocked by how many products I used up this month. I really enjoy when I do year-long project pans and I start to get towards the end of the year. The products that I've been working on for like the duration of the year really start to like fall over really quickly, and it's really enjoying to see them like crumble as you get through the months towards the end of the year. So let's roll into the pan porn segment and then I'll talk about the products that I've used up. As you just saw in the huge pan porn segment, I think it's probably the longest, biggest pan porn segment that you've seen all year. I used up a total of 11 products. Oh my god, can you believe that? That is shocking to me. So let's start with this guy right here. This is my MAC Angel lipstick, and this product took me forever to use up, but I'm so glad that I finally used this one up. I even went one step further and I scraped out the packaging of this one. This one took me like a full solid month to use up. I wore it down to the nub pretty quickly, but then the amount of product in the bottom of MAC lipsticks once you reach the top of the cap there is ridiculous. There is so much lipstick in the bottom of the packaging, it's ridiculous. So I'm so glad that I have finished this one up. I think I've had this one in the project since pretty much day one this year, and I'm going to keep this one around so I can back to MAC it when I have enough products. I also used up my Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. This is the little sample that I had in the project. I used up 2 foundation products, so I used up my It Cosmetics CC Cream in Light, and I also used up the Mary Kay CC Cream in Very Light. I was mixing these two together until they finished, so I'm so glad to have them done and dusted. I'm really not a big fan of the It Cosmetics CC Cream original formula for oily skin. I think it's terrible. I have been told that the matte version of this one is quite good for oily skin, so I'm going to check that one out when I'm in a Sephora next, but the original formula doesn't do anything for oily skin in my opinion. I also used up my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter sample. I started this one in my Fun in the Sun project pan, and then once that one was finished I rolled it into my year-long project pan, but I'm so glad that I have this one finished. This one took me I think about 3 months to use up, which I think is a decent amount of time for a sample. Next is my J1 Jelly Pack. I was using this as a primer. I actually really enjoyed how this looked under a lot of my foundations that I used in my project pan, and I liked how it felt on my skin. I think it was really nice and it left a really nice effect on my face. The Nude by Nature Flawless Concealer Stick. Really didn't like this one, but I'm so glad that I finally persevered and got it finished up. The last little nub of this one took me forever to get through, but I'm glad that I finally knocked it over. Also my Living Proof Instant Texture Mist. I only had like one use left of this after my last check-in, so I got in and got it done. My Model's Own loose powder, this jar right here, it is so satisfying to see this jar completely empty, but it was a nice powder while I used it. I'm glad I finally finished it. I have so many powders in my collection that I'm really just trying to roll through them and get them out so I can try some more different new powders. So that one is done and dusted, but I think I'm going to keep this packaging because it's actually really good for powders. Smashbox Photo Finish Centering Citrus Primer Water. I really liked this product. I love the smell of it. It was really enjoyable to use, and I got this one, and I managed to get this one used up this month as well. The next product is a empty as well as an update. So this is my AC on Tour Contouring and Highlighting Kit. Last month I finished up the yellow powder. This month I managed to get the pink powder used up, but I also have the highlighter over here that I'm still working on, and I'm hoping that I can get that one finished before the end of the year. So those are all my updates and my empties for my September project pan update. I am rolling in a total of 6 products this month. As you can see, I used up a bucket load of products, so I do need to roll in a few to replace some of them. The first here is my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. This is actually in a different container. The jar that this translucent powder came in originally completely cracked and it started falling to pieces, so I did end up transferring it into here. There is a fair amount of this product left in here, so I'm hoping that I can get through it before the end of the year. If not, I'll just keep going until it's done. But this is probably the oldest powder that I have in my collection at the moment, so I do really want to use it up and get it out of my collection. Same with this one. This is one of my older foundations. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I have about 3/4 of this bottle left, so I'm going to see how long this takes me to use up. I'm hoping that before the end of the year I can at least get this one and maybe another 1 or 2 if I'm being really hopeful foundations used up, because I counted the amount of foundations that I have the other day and it was ridiculous. I thought I was really doing a good job getting the amount down, but it turns out I'm not. So I would really like to use up at least another 2, hopefully 3 foundations before the end of the year. Because I have managed to use up all the powders in my AC on Tour palette by Australis, I'm rolling in my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. So I'm going to use this to set the concealer under my eyes, and I'm thinking this packaging looks really small, but I think there's a deceptively large amount of product in this packaging here. So I'm hoping that I will get this done in a month. If not, it will definitely be the month after. Fingers crossed, because I have so many powders that I want to use up. I'll see how this one goes. I do remember enjoying this one. It does seem to have like a glitter or a shimmer in it, but I do remember that I enjoyed the look of it under my eyes. I'm also rolling in, because I have no lipsticks in my project pan anymore, I'm rolling in this little guy right here. I'm trying to get some of my lipsticks out of my collection, particularly I think my Bite ones, because they are more of those natural ingredients. I thought that it's probably best to really try and focus on my Bite ones, otherwise they're going to go to waste. So this is one of their double-ended lipstick duos that they have. One side is the color Musk and one side is the color Lychee, and as you can see there's a fair bit on both of these. I haven't really used either side of this all that much. Also rolling in my Bourjois Healthy Mix Blurring Primer. I don't have a primer anymore in this set of products, so rolling this one in. This is only quite a small tube, but I'm not quite sure of the texture of this product, so it may take me a little bit longer than I think. It just depends on the texture of the product. And then I'm also rolling this one in as my setting spray. This is the Smashbox Love Ritual Photo Finish Primer Water. This is from the Hood Witch collection. I love the smell of this. I love these primer waters, but I've obviously paid for these. I don't want them to go bad, and I really want to enjoy the products and get my money's worth out of them, so I'm happy to roll this one in. It is a fairly new product in my collection, but I figure I don't have a setting spray. I really enjoy these products, so I'm going to roll it in. So those are all the products that I've used up, the progress on my products and the products that I'm rolling in. I'll make sure to leave on the screen just here the total value of all of those 11 products that I used up this month. Make sure you let me know down in the comments box how you're going with your yearly long project pan. I'd love to know if there's any products that are giving you any trouble, or if you had any surprising products that you managed to use up this month. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy project pans. Also, if you're new around here and you do love watching project pans, I do updates every single month on my project pans, and I also scatter in little project pan challenges throughout the year. So if that interests you at all, I hope you would consider subscribing down below. That's it for this one. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.